Well, we want to thank Kate and Nate for their insights into swing dancing. Rob and Zoe, you two dance together a lot yourselves, right? You know, do you find that you learn each other's moves and you grow as dancers in that sense over time? How does it take a lot of time to get that teamwork down?
Well, everybody's got their own repertoire of moves that they do, and you're always trying to expand that. And I think a lot of the follows sometimes will get to know everybody's moves, and they know that when they dance with somebody, they're going to do something in particular. But they've always got some sort of frame that allows them to be led into anything, really.
That's super. Well, Zoe, we got another couple we're going to bring up here. We're going to bring Mark and Venus up, and they're going to share their experiences with us. So let's take a look and see what Mark and Venus have to say about their love for swing dancing.
The music is different. Though I heard a little earlier, I heard a little Springsteen, but how about the music? Does it take time to get used to it, or is it just something that you pick up the rhythm?
Well, everybody's a little bit different, but almost everybody's familiar with big band, and so usually any dance you go to is going to play some of that because people already know it in their minds, but there's all sorts of music that you can swing dance to. Modern, rock, we've got some Beatles that we like to play, but almost anything that's swung.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of rock songs work. I mean, I've danced to Madonna. That was particularly weird. But yeah, I mean, the big band is what it was mostly designed for. And you can tell there are different types of swing dances that work better with different tempos of music. But really, there's kind of a wide range of music you can do.
So you two are pretty young. Take it as a compliment. But this works for people of all ages?
Absolutely. Well, we're in our mid-30s, and you know, when I was teaching back in San Francisco before we moved here, we had people from their teens all the way to their 70s, all at the same dance. It was fantastic, and everybody danced with everybody else. There is no age when it comes to swing.
And actually, when I was in high school, my father died, but my mother, several years later, when I was in college and I was starting to dance, I would call home, and she had actually taken it up too as a social activity, and she still does it as well. And I mean, she's, yeah, I mean.
And you two both have a lot of energy, great smiles, but the fitness part of the dancing, like if you get away from it and you come back, can you tell?
Yes, you can tell, usually in the form of stamina. You don't lose how to do it. It is like riding a bike. Once you know, you know. But you can't dance as many songs in a row. It creates stamina, it's good for your heart, but it's also incredibly good for just body awareness, balance, agility, and it breeds a lot of confidence.
Okay. And Mark, you know, you two are a couple and a pair, but if you're new and you're starting, you know, any tips for the beginners?
It tends to be really open. I mean, you know, we've met dancing, but for, let's see, 6 years, I was single when I was dancing. And so generally people tend to be very welcoming and open with it, which is really great.
Right, so this is really more for it's about the dance and then the benefits of the health and the fitness, yeah. the fun, the socialization.
Absolutely. It's all about the dancing first. And, you know, people who come here who don't start with a passion for dance usually gain it pretty quickly. And it has this electric energy. And you find yourself walking taller through the rest of the day. And you can't wait to get to the next dance. It's really fantastic. Especially, I've taught beginners for a number of years. And seeing the lights go on in their head and the joy on their face when they figure out a move, it's fantastic.
Well, listen, I want to thank you both for being with us tonight. I wish you the best of luck in staying fit through dance and having fun while you're doing it. Great to have you with us tonight.
Well, wasn't that terrific? Again, we want to thank Mark and Venus for their sharing their insights into what they really get out of and why they enjoy the swing dancing. Rob, is it fair to say then that swing dancing is back in Buffalo?
Oh yes, very much so. We've got a burgeoning scene.
A burgeoning scene, okay. And Zoe, from your perspective, you know, what are some of the things that you think will keep swing dancing going in Buffalo? What comes to mind there?
Well, I think there's a lot of great musicians in Buffalo. There's a lot of students and young people who are going to keep it alive, and there's a lot of people who want to learn, and so I think it's just going to get bigger.
And Rob, again, I know we've talked about it, but learning itself is fun. Just the experience of learning, meeting the people, you know, what do you see in terms of, again, the growth of swing dancing in Buffalo?
Well, we're having classes all the time, pretty much round the year. However, just recently we didn't have too much, but there are classes. I mean, we've got 4 pairs of instructors now living in New Mexico. One is kind of just a beginner level, but we're really glad that Mark and Venus moved here from San Francisco. They've been teaching for a while, and young people is really the foundation of our scene.
Right, but on the other side of the fence, the older generation can be there, and some of them may may have some moves that are brand new and can
That's
introduce.
true.
So that idea. How about, have you had any chance to talk with like school physical education teachers? I know that a lot of schools integrate swing and modern dance into their
There's
curriculum.
one phys ed teacher that actually comes to our dances, and I've been talking with him a little bit about possibly breaking into some of the schools and get the high school kids dancing.
Yeah, and Zoe, I know that we've talked about Grassroots Gardens where you work, and the kind of the physical activity that comes in the spring and the summer and the fall with that. But boy, the swing dancing is great in the indoor weather months. A great place to be getting in shape, and as you mentioned, even losing a little weight.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For me, it's exercise, socialize, and learn new things all in one activity, which is great for me.
Yeah, and we can see from our interview guests, Nate and Kate and Venus and Mark, even a little romance sometimes is part of the whole picture. Well, we're going to do something a little special here, not super big time Dancing with the Stars, but with our own Buffaloes, Rob and Zoe. We're going to get you out here in front of us as we roll down to the end of today's show. But I want to thank you both very much for being with us. Your team of people that was out at Lexington Avenue studio where you do your things at 220 Lexington were very welcoming and warm. And again, we want to also thank our help from the Apollo Media Center, Dick Keene and Al Spina and Terry, the whole team here, and Tom Terapaki also, who's been writing about this in Buffalo Rising. So I'm going to let you two go out and just get a couple moves out on the floor there, and enjoy yourselves. And thanks again for being with us today. Rob, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
And go on out onto the floor. So as Rob and Zoe get themselves unwired here, they're going to come out and they're going to do a couple little moves, a couple little spins out there for you. I hope you enjoy this, and again, if you need to be involved with this or want to, go to swingbuffalo.com. Go ahead, guys, just start moving around, showing the people a little bit about what it looks like. You can see all those different leg movements, the arms. Rob is taking the lead here again, and Zoe's a great partner. She's got the experience, and they're just a great team. There was a nice little move by Rob. I'll give him a couple extra points for that one as we get this thing flowing. And again, as we're talking through this, as Rob and Zoe are doing their thing and having some fun out there, know that this happens Monday evenings, 220 Lexington Avenue in the yoga complex that's over there. And we hope that you maybe will go out and consider this one of those fun ways in Buffalo to help yourself stay fit, meet new friends, and just have a fun, great evening. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you on our next show.